Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Five Aside. Today I'm here with Soccer Takes with AK. And as usual, it's your boy Dalu.
Yeah, guys, welcome. Yeah, we're here again. Another fantastic review. Manchester United versus West Ham. I'm Soccer Six with AK. I have my colleague here, five aside. We'll make it quick, make it short, make it straight to the point, and hopefully we'll give us a good review on the game.
What incredible timing. That's my brother. Well, anyway, I also wanted to just chat a little bit about La Liga as well after the Man U review.
Okay.
Yeah, well, um, did you enjoy the game? I can't lie. That
I
game was
mean,
was a snooze fest for me.
it was a game I wanted to watch because of yesterday. Um, I never knew I had Manchester United fans that were, coming for me. When I lost my game yesterday, and they were coming for me really really heavy. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna really take my time to hate watch them today. And listen, they shared the spoils. I would take it. Not they didn't get at 3 points. So yeah, I really don't want to console myself for the day.
Then again, it's West Ham. I feel like it's still banter worthy material if you choose to use it.
I mean, it's not just that it's banter worthy material. It's the fact that I mean, I did watch the game here, and I feel like there are things that Amorim needs to work on. You know, and if he doesn't work on these things, this will affect Manchester United's season moving forward. I believe the system of which they play 3-4-3, you know, I believe right now what we are seeing is the team is beginning to kind of somewhat, you know, be in tandem with the system. You understand?
So you're
Uh,
seeing some improvements.
yes, on the ball, on the ball. Hey, this is my boy.
Hey, Akan, what's going on, my brother?
I'm good, man. Where you at? Where you did this guy?
I did the gym, man. That's why I'm like, have you guys started recording?
Yeah, we started
Yeah,
recording.
it's live.
Yeah, he
Please let
was
me know
talking
if you
about.
hear background sounds so I can just like mute myself.
All right, no problem.
You good?
Yeah.
But like I was saying, yeah, I feel like the system, right, on the ball, you could see that improvement. The way he wants his fullback to play, the way he wants his 2-6 to play, one stage, one move. You understand? But my problem with Manchester United is you play against a team like this, you don't know Espirito Santos team like this. You know that they're gonna be aggressive. You know you need to contest for second balls. You understand, and you cannot lose possession of the game. Like you cannot lose control of the game without the ball. You understand? And I feel like with the ball they were productive. They could have easily won the game in the first half. Bremer had a
So,
good chance. Ahmad was doing his beats on the side. You understand? But I just feel like also they need to get a striker. Like Manchester United, for a big club, need to get a marquee signing striker. Someone that can play with Cunha and Mbeumo. I love Joshua Zexi. I really do. I think he's a wonderful. There's a footballer in there. I like the way he drops picks up the ball, try to play with people. You understand? But the issue with that is when you're playing against a West Ham team like this, you need to stretch that defense because with the way West Ham play, I think they've been conceding goals. That the highest team. I think that they've conceded most of the set pieces this season. You understand? They don't have like a prolific defense. Like a West Ham team should have. You understand? So I think if Manchester United had a old school proper striker that would just rattle the defense up and stretch the West Ham defense, that could have somewhat given them some advantage in the game today. So I just feel like West Ham without Paqueta and Somerville today, that's another. I just feel that's another advantage that Manchester United should have capitalized on. You understand? They lost their creative spark in the midfield and they lost their attacking spark with Somerville on the wing also. And but it's surprisingly, The midfield of Freddie Potts is a West Ham boy since the age of 5. Magasa, I think is the one of that new signing that I haven't really watched apart from
Yeah,
today.
this was his first goal. First
Yeah,
goal
it's got
for
his
the
first
club.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the West Ham Fernandez. I think they showed tenacity in the midfield, and with Casemiro and Fernandez. I don't know if it's a tactical instruction. They play a bit ahead, like they both go. You hardly see someone stay. You
I mean,
understand?
Casemiro does drop deeper some more like
It
most
does
times.
drop deeper.
Yeah.
But it's not like it drops deeper. Like there's like a sitting number 6. They don't have like
Which is what I
it's not
thought he
really that
was.
sitting number 6. He moves like he advances too. And Bruno Fernandez is not a 6. I don't know why. I mean, there's advantage of Fernandez playing from the 6. The build up play and his technique with with the way he passes with the ball, but it's not a 6. When you need a 6 to do what a 6 should do, Bruno won't give you that. You understand? So I feel like with these things and these elements, that probably affected Manchester United today. But for the neutrals like us that were trying to watch, it was a good 1-1. Share the spoils game.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful match, if you ask me.
It was a wonderful game, but it was a snooze fest. It was a wonderful game because of the results. And if I'm being honest, I don't get surprised anymore when they get this sort of results. But even though, of course, for my prediction, I predicted Man U to win the game because it's West Ham. Come on, I didn't think they'd lose to West Ham. Even though I saw West Ham their last game against Liverpool. I wasn't sure if Liverpool has suddenly become amazing or West Ham
Mm,
was that bad.
yeah, yeah.
Liverpool genuinely looks really, really good against West Ham, and we all know how terrible Liverpool has been this season. But they've
hmm
looked really, really good versus West Ham. Yeah. Part of me kind of felt like United this is the kind of game where they'll destroy West Ham now, and their fans will believe that they're back.
But
That's
but
what
this
I'm expecting.
but this United hasn't given us that feeling yet. We are used to United whereby when they score the first goal, the game is dead and gone. They score the second and the third, and then boom, they're on cruise control. That's the United we all grew up
of
watching.
of old, but I mean sometimes they've been giving
You
us
know,
like once in a while give us a good result. So I
But my thing is you can't do once in a while for Manchester United. I keep saying it. This is
yeah,
maybe for
I feel like we need
the
to.
Gen Z supporters but we are the ones I'm a Chelsea fan and
Yeah,
Manchester United is a rival fan that I really envied and I really admired at the same time. You
yeah, but
know,
that's a long time
we
now.
know that that's a whole lot of conversation to talk about the huge gap between United of old and this new United. But the fact is, you know, they need to find a way to start controlling the game without the ball. They need to find a way to kill the game when they when they get the first goal. We saw it against Tottenham United. You know, they couldn't hold on to a lead. We're seeing it today. And we're seeing it in games this season where they are able to hold on to a lead. And it's funny because a colleague of mine went to Old Trafford, I think, is it last week or last 2 weeks, to watch the Everton game. And he plays football, yeah. He's a good footballer. And he said he saw Patrick Dogu when he was playing. And he asked himself, how did this guy make it in life? Like, how did he become a footballer? You understand? Like, when I see Patrick Dogu play, and I'm not trying to single him out here as a scapegoat, but if you see the way Tuchel played this 3-4-3, Conte played this 3-4-3, 3-5-2 sometimes, but it's fullback. Yeah. I just feel like as a fullback, I don't know what that guy does over there, man. You know. Um
I
so I feel
he's a lot of Man U fans really. I know some Man U fans who really rate him. Actually, apparently, he was supposed to have a big season this season.
yeah, I mean it's supposed to,
I
but
think he's really raw. I think he has talent, but he's raw.
me personally, and that's my own personal, I don't really fancy him as a fullback, as a wing back, you know. I feel like they need to make some personal changes. It's the system is every system has its pros and cons, right? That's facts. I've seen that on the ball that there's a bit of synergy in the team on the ball. So the system is not really a problem. I think first of all, personnel issues like they need to get a top nine. You can tell Umbremo and Cunha want to play with the top nine. Umbremo is a magical, very good player, but
So you don't consider
they, they,
Sesko? You don't consider Sesko as a potential top nine?
I've seen him play. Am I too harsh if I still say that that's top striker? Probably. But the fact is, I've seen him play and it's not convincing to me.
I actually need a
I'm not,
midfielder.
and sometimes when I say these things about players like this, I'm not saying they're not good players. What I'm saying is for the ambition and quality or the big team status of Manchester United. Sesko is not, from what I've seen from Sesko, I don't think he fits into that profile of a Manchester United number nine striker. You understand? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying no, he's a bad player, but that some certain players that they just don't. It's not a right fit for you in this team. Like look at when we got Dewsbury Hall last season. I'm like, what? Why are we getting this guy? He's not a bad player, but it's not a Chelsea quality player. But look at him in Everton now; he's balling. When he was at Leicester, he was balling. You understand? That's what I'm. So I feel like United need a proper striker that will play with Cunha and Umbemo. You understand? And they gave the supporting wing back that will support or probably challenge Diego Dalot. And then they need to get a sitting six, you know, that will play either with Casemiro or with Fernandez. I don't like when I see Fernandez playing a six. I really don't like it. You understand? Ugarte for me, I don't fancy him also. But I feel like they
Uh,
need to make proper personnel changes there if they want to go forward in the season.
eh, when I watched today's was when I watched this game, sure, yeah, the first 20 minutes, United were on top.
Yeah, yeah,
They looked really good. They were playing with speed and
yeah.
everything. That's- They created a bunch of chances from the right wing. I felt Ahmad was on fire initially.
How about yeah?
Yeah, he even got the was it Diouf? I don't remember what that guy's name
Yeah,
was.
yeah, Diouf,
Got
that
him,
West Ham guy, yeah.
got him booked and all, and I expected them to continue feeding that right wing and keep going for him. I'm not sure why that stopped because they created the best chance they had before they scored. It was created by Ahmad, the one Zexi missed, and then
Was that the
Bruno.
square play?
Yeah, Bruno did his flying kick and everything. I was like, okay, these guys might actually win this game. And eventually they scored in the second half. But all of a sudden, I guess this is where that midfield issue you also kind of pointed out comes in. Like when teams actually decide to push forward to go for them, they get some joy, they get success. When they actually press them higher, they actually attack, they always get joy. Like they lack the ability to play the game midfield on their terms consistently.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
well said.
that shows like of course Casemiro I think Casemiro is still a very good screener to an extent.
Mhm. Yeah,
But I don't think he has that level of power to actually control a tempo. And Bruno is more of a genuine attacking midfielder or even
he is
a
like
forward. So he's not
mhm.
really he wouldn't
More
he
like a
wouldn't run the
10, I
whole
guess.
game basically. He's not the type to run a game. Even though I would say something, he has improved. But I don't know if this improvement I'm seeing is more of just sometimes some teams giving them respect. Because
I
like I
think I
said,
think it's a question for United fans. Has he improved without the ball? That's a real question because
yeah, that's a
the
fair point.
position you're playing, you know, you need to be pretty much decent with and without the ball. You can play as an eight, and then if you lose the ball, you have your six and your ten to do the work for you. But where you're playing, with that, because if you look at the game today, after United scored, for some reason, West Ham started gaining momentum and rhythm
They
in the
couldn't
game.
they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop West Ham, and that's
And
crazy.
then I forgot to even mention this guy, Wan Bissaka. Oh my days! Like, listen, I know there's question mark on him, on his offensive style of play, but I've not seen a better 1v1 defender in the league for the past, I would say, 3, 4, 5 seasons. Like, especially as a fullback, like, and it's like I don't know, it's like it's so weird to be hyping up talking about Wan-Bissaka because like he has given you this consistent performance defensively, guys. Defensively 1v1, and we saw it today. Like action after action, he held down that position properly. making crunchy tackles with his long leg. Even though there's a question mark of should he have remained in the game with that second yellow card I should have had. You understand? But I feel like his performance today was also very vital on why the scoreline remained the way it did because
Yeah,
him holding
he was a
that
great performance.
yeah, yeah.
He held
I don't know if
Cunha,
it's a thing
Cunha
of
very well.
yeah, if it's a thing of trying to your former club, let them know that listen, you guys don't know what if it's like a statement to his
And he
former
even
club.
had on the goal on the line clearance. He cleared
It did, and also there's some tackles he made in the box in the heat of the action. He's making clean tackles like that. For me, it's like watching a goal. You understand? Clean, precise tackles, and he does it.
you're a defender, yeah.
Yeah, I like to play right back, but I don't, when I see him the way he plays like that at that level, you need to just really appreciate it. And then also going forward, yeah, he tried to give numbers going forward too. So I feel like his performance was also very vital and also why this caller remained the way he did.
In my own personal opinion, I don't know if you guys can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah.
The the conversation about Manchester United is pretty interesting because the it's not whether or not they'll be able to go up against the big teams, right? Which also kind of leads into Chelsea's case, but with different nuances. So the 3-4-3 style that Amorim plays is very good for stifling like possession-based teams, aka the big team, right? It allows them to teams that it allows them to press them and allows them to also go long because big teams when they are without the ball they're also supposedly good out of possession. So they press United goes long, and there's space for Guemo, Ahmad, Cunha, Sesko when he's fit to like run in or win like aerial balls, and then they win the second balls, right? Now
Hmm.
the problem with that is that what do you do when you face a team that plays that way too, that matches you?
Yeah.
So anybody that has watched United, right, knows that this game was probably a draw. And I thought it
Hmm.
was going to be a draw or even a loss, because West Ham will play without the ball. They match up to them in the same back three formation. It's a
Yeah.
Nuno team. So what do you do when you have the ball? Do you create chances repetitively when you have the ball? And that's not what this current iteration of Amorim's United do, right? So when this team sits in low blocks, mid blocks, and match them up the same way they do the big teams, do they have adequate enough answers? And today the answer it was simple, no. They created one or two chances. They did well, right? They had more possession, more XG, and what have you. But sustainable pressure that an Arsenal will give you, like a City will give you, or a good enough Chelsea would even give you, is not where Manchester United are currently. It's why they're always going to be having the conversation of if we win 2-3 matches, we'll be here. If we do this, if we do this, we're never actually like being there. If they had won today's game, they would have been level on points with Chelsea, right? And still in the conversation, and they still are in the conversation. Don't get me wrong; they're not gone by any means. Like it's very tight here. But it's going to be the age-old question for them. You will play well against the Liverpools of the world, against the Arsenals of the world, against the big teams, right? But what are your answers to the question that you're going to be posed when a team sits in a low block, when they want you to have the ball, when they are not interested in being possession-based? What is your answer to that? And yes, of course, it's personnel issues. Yes, of course, it's, should Bruno be a six? Yes, of course, it's like, I do think Sesko is even trying because he's a big part of what they do. And he's young, right? He's very, very young. So he's one for the future, in my opinion. Um, those questions are going to be there until United finally answer those questions and Amorim answers those questions.
Hmm.
This is going to be United's story moving forward. Big games they'll perform, um, some games they will win, some games they will lose. Some games that when they come up against teams with low to mid blocks, they are going to struggle. So we'll see how it goes, but I just think that's just going to be United's story moving forward, and just the current phase that they're in, to be honest. And that's why my prediction I had them at seventh or eighth, and I don't think that's going to change, in my opinion. They might be higher, they might be lower, but they will just, in my opinion, they're going to be right
I don't see
thereabouts.
them changing it. I agree with you on that one, Sam. I don't really see them going beyond 7, 8.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that just to follow up with what Samuel has said, like if you look at this Manchester United team, it's more or less like back in the days, when they come, when like I said, when they score one, they're gonna score two, score three. But look at the game against Brighton. They won the game against Brighton. I think was it 4-2? Was it 4-2 or 4? I don't know. But they won the game against Brighton. But like they were in good control of that game. To Brighton felt okay. No, let's start playing our football. You
Yeah,
understand? The game against Nottingham Forest, they were in good control of that game. I think 2-0 or 1-0. I don't know, but they were in good control of that game somewhat. When Forest held that foot, I'm like, no, let's start playing our football. They came back and then the game ended 2-2. You know, also Tottenham game also. We're seeing games whereby this United team they are able to take control of leading positions. We're seeing games whereby this United teams, opposition teams are no longer scared, to just play their football, let United play. When it's time for us to play, we'll play our football and we'll get the points. We'll share the spoils of winning the game. I just feel like you cannot go far in the league having that kind of mentality on that kind of football. Like sooner or later down the drain, and this December, sooner or later down the drain, it will show a huge toll on the mentality of this United players.
yeah.
So
I think Sam made a very good point, and you too, because I think of course, they struggle to against teams that will sit deep and hit you on the counter. I don't think the way their wing backs play or the quality of their wing backs actually help in that regards. But also, I also think they also struggle. They also struggle when when they actually play. Yeah, they play better against big teams because then they are forced to sit deep and then actually hit on the counter, which I actually think
yeah.
is probably better for them with the quality they currently have. But of course, against smaller teams, they try to play like a big team, and they usually come off short. So, and then again, I know they are better against big teams, but I really don't even see them getting many points off most of the big teams this season. At the end of the day, just because they might play better, but how many games will they actually win when they come against like if Chelsea playing well or Liverpool and the rest? Because I normally I'm not surprised by these West Ham results, but oh my god, like that Liverpool versus West Ham, or maybe I'm underrating Liverpool, but I don't know. I
I actually thought they were going to win today because of the fact that West Ham are without Paqueta and Somerville. You
that
know,
too, yeah.
I'm like the midfield with Freddie Boss, Magasa, and Fernandez. That's West Ham Fernandez. I just didn't think that they will be able to, come out and play in Old Trafford or, you know, do the. I mean, obviously, they'll do the dirty job, but trying to create a seamless type of flow or rhythm in the game, which I think West Ham had in some minutes of the game. I didn't see that earlier. Freddie Butter just had I think his fifth Premier League start in the season. You know, and Magasa I don't think he has really played that much this season. You know, so I didn't see them coming at Old Trafford to to play the way they played today. So credit to Nuno.
Yeah, they've
You know,
improved. Yeah, I mean he's still kind of new in this West Ham role, so
yeah.
you have to give them credit. So I'm not surprised that I mean maybe they are looking better. Maybe Man U is not terrible. Maybe West Ham has improved to an extent, but
Well, I actually watched one. I think I watched that game against the game against Tottenham. Was I'm like, okay, look at when I saw them with the ball, I'm like, okay, they know what they want to do, and I think that was the major problem they had last season. We didn't even know what they wanted to do before Amorim came in though. Like the Ten Hag, we didn't know that style of play how they want to play, but now he's had a preseason with them. The players are beginning to understand, the patterns of play with 3-4-3 formation, the fullbacks, which I'm still questioning about the fullback, but they're beginning to understand somewhat their role in this 3-4-3 system, and we are seeing it when they have the ball. Listen, Umbremo would have if listen results do change analysis of games. If Umbremo has scored that one, we could have been a different conversation, right? But The fact my problem with United is without the ball, they need to find ways someone to start controlling game without the ball. Like they have to start, like you said earlier, dictating how the opposing teams will play when they don't have the ball. You understand? So I think that's something that Amorim needs to really work on with his players, man. But above all, 1-1, I'm very happy they didn't take that 3 points, man. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, I kind of slept off the beginning of the second half. When I woke up when they scored when West Ham equalized. I was like, okay. Wait, anyway, Sam, did you have any thoughts on the Chelsea game? Actually,
Oh, I have a whole spiel. Um,
Yo, Sam, you watch my what I said about Tosin and stuff.
no, I didn't see that.
You go check it
I,
out, man.
I'll let you guys start that one. I want to like end the discourse because I have like I don't want to make it take too long. So let me curate my thoughts properly because
Nah,
there's
I
a
no,
said
lot of
my
emotion.
already.
we've given
I
our
said
thoughts
my
on that one.
already.
Really, I missed that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right, fair enough. I think so. Watching the game, right? It was it was a very disappointing result. I I saw that coming, and I feared that because rotation needed to happen. Um, when you saw the game, and I saw Leeds at 19th, right? I got very annoyed with the way Chelsea fans were talking before the game. They're like, "Oh, it's Leeds. They are 19th. They are 18th," and I'm like, if you're a true Chelsea fan, you will know that Chelsea have very few rivalries, but the ones they do have,
yeah,
Leeds is one of the very, very bitterly cold ones, right?
Spot on,
Yeah,
Sam.
it's a very cold match. Chelsea will play Leeds, right? Leeds will be in the championship, and Leeds will give Chelsea a serious hard time. No matter where Chelsea are, it is a very bitter rivalry. So I don't know why you go to Ellen Road and Chelsea fans are like, oh, because you drew Arsenal or you beat Barca. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? These guys, they don't want to know where you are in the league or where they are in the league or whatever league they are. When they see Chelsea, it's on site. It's on site. We lost to these guys with Tuchel in charge. We lost to this Leeds team with Tuchel in charge. Oh. This is like,
I remember 3
yeah,
nil.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
we lost to this team with Tuchel in charge. So it's not as if these guys go anywhere. They are always at our necks. It's always a fight. Now, I understand the need for rotation, and I saw that, right? I have grace with Maresca when he has to rotate because there's no way in God's great earth Rhys James could play that game. If Rhys James played that game, he would have died. If Fofana played that game, he would have died. I am very, very serious. These guys cannot play back. Like, you just don't want to see them for 3 months after that if they play that game. So I understood that. Where I think Maresca got it wrong was he played that three centre back thing of Tosin, Chaloba, and Badiashile. Those are guys that you pair, the good ones among them, you pair them with a good defender. You cannot leave Chaluba as the best defender out of those three. It's not possible. They are going to play rubbish. And of course, the odd man out was Uncle Tosin. I don't know how they gave us somebody for free, but the guy, they owe us money. We got him for free, but Fulham, they owe us. They owe us money for that guy.
yeah,
Like,
that's what.
I don't understand why everybody seems to have a bad game with you. I know that they have been like when they say, "Oh, every time he plays is bad." He has had a couple of okay games. I think the Forest game we kept a clean sheet. He's been there, and then I think the Fulham game too. He was there. We kept a clean sheet. But ultimately, for the way we want to play, for the level that we want to be at, he's not good enough to be at this level. When I can give the example of Jusby Hall. Jusby Hall was a wonderful player, but the level that this club needs is not. You're just not it, unfortunately. And I think Tosin will make a great centre back for Fulham that they gave us. I think he'll be good for them to go back, but he cannot be at this level because the way Chelsea play, you need to be like front, even defending, right? You need to like snuff out the danger early. Tosin allows the problem to come to you, to him, or to the back line. He allows it to come. He's slow. He doesn't win duels he's supposed to, even though he's 6'6". I don't understand that part of his game. How you are losing duels but you're 6'6". Like I don't get it. Right? Every part of what we currently need, he does not provide. He can still be a serviceable option in the Carabao Cup. He can be a serviceable option in the FA Cup when we have to play championship teams, right? But currently, the level that we need in the Barclays English Premiership, I mean, it's not Barclays anymore, but like he just can't. He
Still
unfortunately
Barclays
can't.
to me, man.
Yeah, he just can't. I think Maresca should have played Gusto because if Gusto could have come on, if Gusto could have started and then you take him out, I would rather that than coming in when we're 2-0 down and having to like scrap for like points. It's very unfortunate, but I think he should not have started that back three. Badiashile looked bad too. Chaloba looked bad too because the way they had a free header to score, I don't understand. And even Sanchez too, although he was complaining, he made a couple of mistakes that they almost scored from too. All of them genuinely had a terrible game. Everybody that played had a terrible game. If we reach Delap and Jao Pedro and I get to those ones, I will not have time for them to do. Right? I really will not have time for them to do. But I'm just calming down and holding myself so I can keep it as like level-headed as possible. But um, I didn't think we were going to win the title. I didn't think we were in a title race. We were in a title race for 3 days, just 3 days.
No,
But
Samuel, you're funny,
for
but
for all the Chelsea fans that thought that, please temper your expectations. We're still a good team. We still have things to achieve this year, but the consistency for the Premier League, we know they're there yet. When we crack 80 points, or we're shown the ability to crack 80 points, then I think we're ready for the title. So I'll park it there. I think the manager got it wrong only because he needed to rotate. He could have done better, but it's very clear that the backup or the squad depth that we think we have, they are not good enough. They are just not, unfortunately, not good enough. So I'll keep it at that for now.
That's
nah.
right.
To be honest with you, man, like it's just like most of what I said yesterday is what he's saying now, and it's because we Chelsea fans, we're not just, we're not just talking out of just to talk. It's what we are saying. You understand? Like I said, I'm okay with rotation. Yeah, you have to rotate. There's no see. This December, playing literally 3 days every week in December.
Mm-hmm.
But like as I said, I understand Rhys James and Fofana out. Why is Achimpong why didn't he play yesterday?
Agreed, agreed.
Why didn't Achimpong play yesterday? You understand? You said Cole Palmer is fit to start and play since last week. So he said Cole Palmer was fit to play in against Barcelona, not start, but fit to play. He said, but it's against Arsenal. He said he's fit to start and play. So you said this guy is actually that means he's match fit somewhat. Why didn't he play? Yes, why didn't he start yesterday? And like I said again, Elland Road has always been a problem for Chelsea. You don't go to Elland Road and then you don't want to contest for the second balls. You don't go to Elland Road and then you don't want to be aggressive. There's something called end the right to play. We didn't end the right to play yesterday, to be fair, and that's why we lost that game. So you need to first of all go with the crunch attack. I'm not saying go and get a red card, but at least go and then contest for second balls. Challenge the team. Like, go and put your heart house. Play the play the game the way the game should be played in England. Like get in there, you understand? Then after you've done that for first 15, 20 minutes, then you can ask, okay, now let me play my style of football. We didn't earn the right to play. I don't know what like I said, that's my issues on Maresca. I don't know if you really understood the importance of Chelsea going to Elland Road, the historic build up with Chelsea going to Elland Road. We've seen when
He
I
should
saw the
know. He
highlights
should
of
know.
Elland.
He should know because he has not even beaten Leeds before, even when he was Leicester manager. I'd never beaten Leeds before. So I don't understand how he didn't even
I
know.
mean that says it all. You understand? Even when we play lesser teams, I don't know the kind of message that Maresca gives to these guys. It doesn't make any sense when you play in PSG, Barcelona, Liverpool, Arsenal, and then we're seeing the team coming out guns blazing. I know we cannot. Listen, I understand football to the point. I know that performance against that performance against
Yeah,
Arsenal,
intensity was bound to
Barcelona.
drop.
I know we won't get it week in week out. Even Arsenal, you guys don't do that high throttle performance week in week out. You understand? It will drop, but even if it drops, can the standard at least somewhat remain there? You understand? The standard dropped woefully yesterday. You understand? I've watched most of the points of, and you see how the game is beauty, how the game is being played. First 5 10 minutes, say, okay, yes, I'm in for trouble today, and we saw it yesterday. You know, look at the good, the goal that this guy scores. His name, the is it BOG the Leeds guy scored yesterday. You know, why
The
would
first
Delap
the first
as an
goal, right?
attacker?
Yeah, the first goal.
But yeah, the
Yeah,
first goal, why would Delap as an attacker leave your man? You literally left him literally open and free. You understand? Like that, from that goal, I know that there's problem in this game. You understand? And I've said it time and time again. Tosin has built up. I said, is it 5 errors leading to us dropping points this season? And I still don't know why and how Maresca still decides to play him. I beg to disagree. Even championship, I don't think Tosin is even fit to play in championship games.
This guy
No,
said Tosin should be playing weekend league
I literally
in
wish I was
Atlanta.
trying to be funny. I wish I was trying to be funny. But you can't, no, Sam, look, you can't tell me a professional player, and even today I woke up and I'm starting to understand it. You can't tell me a professional player at the 72nd minute doesn't know how to control a ball, doesn't understand that it's going to be pressed high by the opposition striker. And look at who was pressing you, bro. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Do you know how bad you have to be for Calvert-Lewin to press you, bro? Like, do you know how woeful you have to be? You're not being pressed by serious players. You understand?
Guy,
Calvert-Lewin that was xed out. You understand? And at 72nd minute, that's the kind of mistake I'm making every Saturday as Briscoe. Come watch me play as Briscoe, Snellville, Georgia. I make those mistakes for free. So why am I paid to watch him make mistake I make for free? You understand? That says a lot about the kind of person that Toasting is, man. Like Samuel just pointed out. Even area duels, does he really get it? Is he a 10 out of 10 for a 6 player? Is he a 10 out of 10? No, it's still questionable. You understand? I know that our best centre back pairing is Fofana and Corwell. Yes, Coyle is out. Then
yeah.
Fofana and Chaloba.
Let me
Already
say
would
something.
have played a Chaloba and at least Achimpong.
I think the
If
biggest thing for
Badashino,
me,
what you say?
the biggest thing for me though is I understand maybe Palmer's match fitness and whatnot though, but I don't see why he did not start that game. Like even if you wanted to rest him, why not like start him and then take him off the second half
At least the
at
first
some point?
60 minutes. At least
Yeah,
the first 60, 55 minutes. You understand? Because look at that game properly. Yes, we were lethargic in the first half. Yes, the players were lackadaisical in that, in that performance. I agree with you. But that's the second half. When we got that goal, I think in the is it the 50th minute somewhat. So there's no how we stay in that game, we won't score again. And we know the way football is. You understand? So for Tosin to make that mistake at the 72nd minute, he just killed the game already. You feel me? So I just feel, and before Tosin made that mistake in the second minute, Palmer's already missed an opportunity in the 69th or 69th or 70th minute. That tells you that you're already getting our flow of the game again. You understand? So it's on Maresca for choosing for playing Tosin. It's on Maresca for the kind of message it sends out to the players when we're playing lesser teams. Also, it's also on Maresca again for trying to play Jao Pedro and Delap. And I would love someone to even speak about it. Even if I know we don't have time, let's carve out small time. Because I actually, when we signed Jao Pedro, I was so happy. I watched him at Watford. I watched him at Brighton. I'm like, yes, now I have a striker that can, that can play as a number nine. Even though it's not like a natural number nine, you understand what it means to play as a striker, right? But that he's been cold for the past couple weeks, man. Like really, really cold. And like I said, I don't want to miss Jackson. I don't want to, but is I hope I don't miss Jackson. I just hope I don't miss
Sam,
Jackson.
do you have any thoughts on Palmer and Delap? On sorry, Joao Pedro, I mean.
Okay, so I think so. I I like Jackson, right? One of the few people that liked Jackson. Um, I understood that where we needed to go, we could not afford him missing all those chances anymore. So I understood the need for him to leave the club, right? If the club felt like his performance was not improving and he wasn't going to take us to where we needed to be, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm used to these things happening. That needed to happen. Can't go, right? Now you brought in João Pedro. I wouldn't say a direct replacement for him because I think his direct replacement was actually Delap, and that's who I have beef with, right? They brought in Delap, right, and I'm like, João Pedro and Delap, between two of them, like João Pedro has not scored more than 5 non-penalty goals at any point in his Premier League career. He had never scored more than 5 non-penalty goals. And this is the guy we are bringing in to replace somebody that has given us at least 14, 15 goals with no penalties. So I was always very skeptical. And I knew that this Club World Cup thing is hype. You play, you come in hot. I really appreciate him for that. Thank you. Right. But that credit has finished. That credit line has now finished. The credit line was for the first like 5, 10 games. We're in match week 15. That credit don't finish. My guy. You don't take his problem is not even that he misses chances. He doesn't even take shots. Like he doesn't take shots. I think I saw a stat that between him and Delap, although Delap has been injured, so that's you have to put like context to that kind of stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson at this point in the season had taken more shots than both of them combined. The real
Mm-hmm.
person there that is causing that problem is João Pedro. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't
Yeah.
shoot.
You know what's funny, yeah? You know what's funny, Sam? This guy can actually shoot the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
that's
person is actually very good. I
that's
don't know
yeah.
something
why it's just
that's
I
something I
don't know why.
find interesting about players who are apparently not nines, not really nines, players who miss a lot. Sometimes I feel like players who miss chances a lot. I, I
It's
don't always see
actually
that
a
as a
good.
bad thing. It's actually a
Yeah,
good
it's
thing
really
because
not. It's
your
actually
movement
not.
is
It's a
pretty
good
good.
thing.
Yeah, like if you
Yeah,
think of
because how do you keep finding yourself there?
Jackson, the Liverpool guy who they were making fun of, what's his name again?
Nunez.
Nunes.
Darwin.
Isak barely takes shots. I'm watching Isak recently. Sometimes I forget he's even in the game. Like I forget he's even in the game. So, but maybe there might be a system issue, cha. And then see this Jokeres guy, bro. In a full game, he might actually just shoot like once, like
I feel as though I even like Bjoker himself because as bad as he's been, right, you can see like the efforts he is to takes to occupy these defenders.
yeah, it might
I
be
mean, like
chemistry thing.
yeah, like, the lap, however, and Jao Pedro, which is even worse. Jao Pedro will play with an attitude. Like, he'll be with the ball and he's taking so many touches. I'm like, guy, release this ball for God's sake. Like, what are you doing? You're playing in the 10 position, right? They say your favorite position is behind the main line. Release this ball. And in fact, the only time that there was a time Tosin played one really, really nice um, defense splitting pass, went to Jao Pedro. He let the ball go first time, went straight to the lab. The lab flopped it, of course, right? Because if not, we'll not be here talking, right? That was like, that's what I needed from him. And that's what Palmer does, to be fair. Now, I know you guys have been on Palmer, should Palmer have started. Honestly, honestly, I feel as though that guy was not fit. That thing they were doing was to scare Barcelona and Arsenal. That guy was not fit.
If you hear me,
And
Shani go lie.
like, okay, if you even see the shots that he took, right? That I know remember I know you remember that shot
Yeah,
that Ganacho
the
squared for him. Yeah,
top of the
like
box.
you can see that he's he's not oozing with
A match
confidence.
this Palmer will score that goal.
Bam,
A
bam,
match Palmer will score that goal. You're
bam.
right. I know what you're
It's the
saying.
same type of goal he scored against Brentford when he just came on. Like they nodded the ball back first time. Cool. Like you
Yeah.
just know that he's not there yet. And I
But
think
Sam,
but
is it not better to play that Palmer than play a Jao Pedro that is a fit
but
in
you
that
do
10?
you, if you have you noticed the thing that Maresca does that if a player is not fit, right, and he puts him on the bench, Maresca will rather that guy he'll rather the game go well and he will not have to bring on that guy or bring him on late than actually just start the guy from fresh.
Do you think that? Don't you think that like like
Yeah.
inexperienced? I feel like big coaches would do that though. I feel like Enrique would do it. I feel like Mourinho would do it.
I agree, but I think that if I think when with fitness, right? With fitness, I think it's kind of like tricky. Like
Yeah,
I would always criticize Maresca for formations and tactics, right? That's where I use the cane to plug in. But with
yeah,
fitness, since he's been able to work magic and make these James fit for 1 year plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of defer to
You
him when
can
players
cut him
are
some
not like,
slack.
yeah, I cut him some slack for that. Me
but
personally,
I just feel like Maresca will not come out and just lie and just shalaye the fans like that. He literally
He's a
said
prep student.
he literally said this guy is fit to play. So Barcelona, he said, is fit to play, not start. He
but
said
if
fit
you
to play.
see, but
He's
you
a
see the
prep
way
student.
Leeds are
He
now.
can
Leeds
lie.
are
Arsenal,
very
he said, is fit to start. I mean, yeah, he said Arsenal is fit to start and play, right?
okay. So why didn't he start him against Arsenal now?
That's
If as a Chelsea supporter, if
mhm.
you had Palmer and they gave you 2 games to pick Palmer to start, would you pick Leeds to start him or pick Arsenal to start him? You pick Arsenal now. You
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
Arsenal. So if you didn't play him that Arsenal game to start before the red card, then I don't think he was fully fit. Maresca is very truthful, but like you have to understand that he's working for Bluco, and if Bluco says something, that's what Maresca is. He's going to
And
follow.
I heard something though. A lot of these coaches actually don't veto the medical staff. To be honest, even if apparently they have a lot
Yeah,
more power than they used to. So if a player is not fit, they will tell you, yeah, this guy can't start. You can give him only like 20, 30 minutes. So it's up to you to decide how to use him for that 30 minutes.
I'll give
So
you an example, right? I'll give you an example. When earlier in the season when we were asking for a centre back, everybody and their grandmother knew we needed a centre back, right?
Facts, facts.
Maresca himself first came out and said, yeah, he would like a centre back. But then the next presser, they came out and said, oh, yeah, you've been complaining about a centre back, blah, 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 blah. He now said, oh, no, 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 no. I am fine with the team that I have, right? I'm currently fine with the team that I have. In between that week, from the first presser to the next one, you could see like news coming out. Bluco says the manager should find solutions within,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. So a lot of what he says, right, even though he says his mind, some things are influenced, right?
True
I
that, true
don't
that.
think I don't think Palmer was 100% fully fit. Like I swear to you, if that guy was fully fit, he will start the Arsenal game. There is no power on earth that will make him not start that Arsenal game. And the fact that he didn't start and he didn't even come on for even like a small this thing, I don't think that guy is fully
I
fit.
mean, I feel like there's no way once that red card was there, I knew it's not going to come on no man. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
But I feel like if it was 11-11, it would have come out, I think, 6 years with a
well,
red
yeah,
card.
of course.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Anyway, I think it's time to move on from Chelsea. Giving them enough time, enough this thing.
All
I
right.
don't want to play
Have
it
you talked
again.
about Arsenal?
Yeah, we talked about Arsenal. That one is not. There's nothing much to say, to be honest. Not the best performance, but we won. So just keep pushing. Do you have any thoughts on Arsenal? The injuries are what bothers me the most. Right now, we're down to our last centre back, so hopefully we don't get more injuries. That's really it for me.
All your fullbacks are centre backs.
Exactly, and
Every
one of them has been converted to a centre back now because of the injuries.
Do you know that Merino was a centre back? Do you know? Did you
For
know?
real?
Yeah. Do you know Merino plays centre back for Borussia Dortmund? Do you know that Declan Rice was a centre back?
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys,
yeah, for
you,
sure.
you guys will be fine. You have centre backs everywhere.
That's funny, man. That's funny. I never knew that he was. I never knew it was a centre back though. I think it was from a 6 to 10 to
No,
8 type of player.
he played centre
Maybe
back.
Merino.
He played at least a couple of games for Borussia Dortmund as centre back. Yeah, left-sided centre back. LCD.
Yeah, I think you're on mute, Mazi. You're on mute.
Chidalo Yomito.
You still on mute again.
Okay, am I back now?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, so I was saying, as long as we don't keep getting accumulating injuries, man, I think we'll be fine. I know this weekend's game is tough. Avia away from home, they are third right now, and that's crazy. If they actually beat us, that's literally 3 points separating Arsenal and Villa. Even though I don't think Villa are in title race, of course, but yeah, that would be an intense game. And for the Brentford one, I knew it would be a tough-ish game given the Chelsea match because I was pretty sure we'll probably there'll be a lot of like exhaustion and everything. They looked a bit tired, honestly, except Rice, of course, right? I don't know what Rice they chop. But the Saka was the player I had to. I mean, he scored, but I was kind of looking at him like, I know Saka and Madueke are not on the same level, but Madueke looked sharper when he was playing. Saka looks a tad bit behind the pace right now, even though he's still productive. But I hope he gets back on form because that still shows that we have levels to reach if a bunch of our players are not yet firing, but we're still getting results. So I can't really complain much. I mean, as long as we keep winning, I'm good. So Villa, I just need us to go there and put out a statement win. We need to get back to easy games. I'm tired of all this.
I don't blame you now. I'll
I'm
be
tired of
asking all
all
the
this.
way now to do this.
It's in a statement win.
I hear you. I don't know, man, but yo, Samuel, I'm gonna have to deep now. Five aside, I'm gonna have to deep now.
All
So I
right,
can
guys.
take this AK. We're gonna
Nice
do
one.
more previews of the next EPL games coming up. I'll probably come touch base with you aside and then do more reviews, man. I'll probably do more catch up, man. And if there's a watch along coming on, we'll let you guys know. And then yeah, we'll take it up from there, man. Up the Chelsea, man. Signing out.
All right, bro. Peace. Anyway, Sam. But yeah, man. We already talked about the Arsenal match. There's nothing. That match.
No, no, I didn't know if you guys had talked about it. That's why I asked.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, me, man. I don't know. I was happy we won, but performance
I think
wise,
it's,
I don't know.
I think it's one of those 3 points you just put in the bag and you move.
100
There's
100%.
nothing. There's nothing really to think about. Like you didn't concede, clean sheet. Unfortunately, there's an injury. Like you'd ideally want to get out of those games
Yeah,
unscathed.
without injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, an injury. But the whole squad is full of centre backs. The club is built on centre backery. Like this is why when Ateta buys a centre back, and Arsenal fans complain, we need a nine, we need a winger. Ateta buys a centre back. You can now see why it is. Julian Timber is a centre back, right?
Yeah.
Ben White is
Yeah.
fit. Ben White originally is a centre back. Every single one of that club, Calafiori, that they're calling Big Cala, is a centre back. Every single one of those niggas are centre backs. You should be able to make something shake. All you need to do is to play one of your fullbacks as actual fullbacks. So either play Ben White right CB, which I don't think so because he hasn't played that in a while, so I wouldn't recommend that.
No, Ben
Play
White is
Ben
right
White
back.
as play him as a right back. Play Timber as a right centre back because he's been playing there. You can play Hinkapie. You can play Hinkapie. You can play Calafiori as a left centre back. There are ways to go around it. I think
No,
the
no,
club will be
I
fine.
think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I mean, does it?
Yeah, the club.
Does we are better if all of our actual players are fit, but we should still. It's not an
Yeah.
excuse regardless.
Also, Saliba's knock shouldn't be that long now. Max one more game he'll miss. It
Mm,
shouldn't be that long.
that's true. That's
It's
true.
a knock. It's not. They've not said he's out for a month or two.
Yeah, I haven't
It's a
heard any
knock.
news. I haven't heard any news regarding him since that injury. Anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about myself actually was, bro, Courtois. Man, I watched Madrid's game. First of all, La
But yeah,
Liga.
I watched. So that's a game that I watched very, very well. I
Okay.
watched that game very, very, very well. And you want to talk about Courtois? I don't think there's anything that needs to be said that is new.
Yeah.
Courtois is the best goalkeeper in the world, bar none.
Oh no, of
Like
course. I
bar.
wanted to say. I believe at this point he should be on the same table. Like growing up, Casillas, Buffon. I think he definitely belongs to that table when it was all is said and done.
I think he's not, but only because of team accolades, right? Because Casillas was a World Cup and Euro winner, so Casillas wasn't just a like. Casillas is revered for multiple things. He's like academy, came on as a teenager, like legendary leagues and and Champions Leagues. though Courtois does have that too, then internationally, right? Casillas has that, so that's why. I mean, ability-wise, I honestly cannot really. I understand the conversation can be had ability-wise because the things I see Courtois save, like these are like goals. Like if you play FIFA, right, you just like these chances, you just know that is a goal. Like you consider the goal is not you that scored, it's me that made the mistake for you to even get there. But
Mm-hmm.
Courtois will level that thing completely. He will level it up, and it gives Madrid. Like I think somebody in the chat said it. They said Mbappe in the front, Courtois in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Madrid is currently doing. Because Mbappe on his own too, it's so funny. He has actually reached Ronaldo's goals. That 61 goal season. That is in a calendar year.
See, let me be honest with you. I think if Mbappe continues at this level, and even if Madrid does not win anything, honestly, if I was going to vote, he's my Ballon d'Or winner. I'm not even kidding. I think he's amongst those players that really, I don't really care. I mean, I know some people say best player and the best team should win it, but to me, it's still an individual award. And has he been the best individual? I personally think he has.
I wouldn't give him. You mean for this year or for like last year, including like
No, no,
his
like let's
like
say by May or what is it, like when the season ends
no, but
next year now, and he balls out, keeps this level, even if he and does it. I don't care if he wins a trophy or not.
yeah,
I
I
know
mean if
that
he keeps it this level, but
yes.
the season doesn't end in December. There are still four
No,
more months to go.
that's what I said. If he continues at this level, and
Yeah,
because
yeah, of
this
course.
level, Madrid is not playing well. They might not. They are losing games, but he's still performing.
I
And
think
let's
the
see.
conversation now needs to be had though, right? So that's why I was excited when you said Madrid, right? Because
Yeah.
I think the conversation needs to be had on why it is that the team is not clicking, right? Now, for 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 lack of for all Madrid's faults, right, with Carlo Ancelotti, right, he was able to build a thing where like the next man always worked for each other. And I'm not saying Alonso is not doing that or that's not what's happening, but like there's there's something weird about Madrid where all the other players their numbers are like ridiculously like average now, but
Mm-hmm.
Mbappe's own is higher up. Right now, I don't know if I can say it's kind of hard. It's really really hard. And Manu had this problem with Ronaldo in his second stint
I know what
where
you're trying to say. It's Mbappe's fault.
yeah, no, I'm not saying it's his fault. Like I'm still doing my analysis on it, my personal analysis on it. But it's very intriguing as to he's performing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everybody isn't. Is he taking up spaces that other people used to be in? Because he doesn't occupy the center backs for sure. He will pop
Mm-hmm.
up on the left where Vini is. He will run in late sometimes, like where Bellingham usually does. Like I don't know. And obviously now he takes penalties, so that's also out of the picture for Vinny, right? I just feel like I don't know. I wonder about it
It's
a
not a
lot.
balanced team. It's not a
It's
balanced
not
team.
balanced at all, and
Yeah.
Alonso needed at least 2 seasons at Leverkusen before things started to click, right? And I'll hold off on my judgment on him until next season, but I
Yeah.
loved watching him because Leverkusen were very good in build-up. They were very, very good in build-up. They were very good in multiple aspects of play. Defensively, right, they could do better because they used to concede early goals and then they would have to come back and stuff like that. But like their general play was very, very pleasing on the eye. Madrid's play is not yet that at all. And while you would give him 2 seasons at Leverkusen, you would argue that you don't need that much at Madrid because the quality of talent you have is higher, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I wonder, like I look at it, I'm like, it's not clicking. You're using Adeguler as your technical security in
Your
midfield.
tempo guy.
Yeah, as your go-to guy, but then Bellingham is Bellingham, but is he really clicking?
Mm.
Then Vinny, of course, the less said, the better. Like Vinny is reaching Garnacho last season levels. Like, okay, that's an over exaggeration, but you get what I mean. He's not performing as he should, and their midfield is just not fluid. What happens to Valverde now? Is Valverde all of a sudden a bad player? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Are you able to fit these talents
within the system you're trying to play? Does Madrid offload them? Like, what of Endrick? Is there no space in your team for him? Many questions are there, but
Yeah,
I wonder how Mbappe fits into the conversation, because regardless, concern him. He just they score, they go.
yeah. I actually
It's just
feel like
football.
last game they looked like Ancelotti's team. If I'm being honest, I don't think they were trying to play, because I've seen in their previous game they do. I think they've been working on like playing out of the back, having a more like control passing style, almost like Leverkusen, and maybe more structured style, like having people stay in the positions they're supposed to. But I feel like that wasn't working. They looked more natural against Bilbao. So could it be possible that maybe he just decided that, like, yeah, maybe it might take some time for us to play the way I need us to. Let's just revert back to our old style, because they look
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah they looked more like Ancelotti's team, from being honest, in the last game.
Yeah, they do, but that Ancelotti's team, especially last season, it was the bad side of non-positional football. Like, it was the bad side of, like, what's the opposite of? It's not really an opposite. I'm drawing a blank, but it was the opposite of, like, like the
Structured
type of
positional play.
no, yes, like that was that's the bad side of it. The good side of
Yeah,
it is, like, I want to call it chaos ball, but it's not really chaos ball,
expression.
right?
Like the good side,
Yeah,
expression.
like relationism. That's the word. Relationism.
Okay,
That's the word.
okay.
Right. Last season showed the bad side of it. Like, when the game is settled, we are at a rest start. Like, everything is cold. How do you move the ball in different phases of play? And when they asked Madrid that question last season, a lot of times they couldn't answer that question. Now, if you come at Madrid and they are doing counter attack with you back to back, let's go, spacing behind, like, you go with them. Of course, that's the good side of relationism, because the players have more space to express themselves. They are running counter attack, overlap, this and that. But from a rest, a cold start, how do you want this ball to be played at your own pace? How do you want that? And a lot of times, Ancelotti couldn't answer that. It's why Barcelona were poking them game after game after game. Not because they had the better players. You could argue, but obviously Madrid is Madrid. They have
Yeah,
more or less the best players in the world. So they can match up with you in any aspect, in any phase of the game that you're in. But Madrid couldn't answer those questions because, like, positionally, they were not as disciplined as they should be. And that's what Alonso is trying to do. Now, I don't like that the players are not taking well to it. Like, so many reports are coming out that the players are not, taking kindly to Alonso's thing. And I'm like, you guys need to work together. Like, you guys need to, like, listen to what this guy is saying. Like, this is not like vibes and inshallah. Like, this is not sustainable football. Like,
yeah,
you have to be structured a bit. Like, you have to be positionally aware. Like, it's not just running here. Like, and I know it's good, it's beautiful, because if you do it well, if you do chaos ball well, the next man is covering for you when you are slacking, because you two are also covering for the next man when he's slacking. So it fosters, like, good chemistry and all that. But the bad side of it is that if you slack off now and you have run forward, now nobody's there to cover your space. Like, those type of things, like, you look unorganized, right? That's the bad side of chaos ball. So my answer is that the jury is still out. I would want, I guess we'll have a clearer picture towards the end of the season, or maybe beginning of next season, because I know Alonso does not like this style of play. I know he doesn't like it. I know, even
yeah,
though Madrid are getting points, I doubt he's enjoying it.
yeah. You can tell he doesn't really like it. He barely even smiles anymore.
Oh, just
But I mean, they are, luckily for them, they are long term rivals. Barcelona are not firing on all cylinders either. But with the whole thing, like, I agree with you, everything you said. I think the difficult thing about that style of play with Ancelotti's style of play, like expressing yourself and everything, if you come up against a team that have close to the level of quality you have, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy, if they are disciplined, chances are they can definitely win you. You have to depend on
they
Courtois.
can coco you.
You
It's
just
why
have
Arsenal will play Madrid 7 times last season. Arsenal will draw 1, win 6,
yeah,
and
same with
they
Barcelona.
draw. Yeah, same with Barcelona. Those type of teams that are very structured, that are, like, positionally aware, right?
Yeah.
They are very, very rigid and serious about like, maintaining their shape and on and off the ball. My guy, if they have the same quality or even a slightly below quality as you, and you are not like up to it like fully, they are
Yes.
going to poke you. 9 out of 10 times they are poking you. That's why if Arsenal had played them, they would have beaten them again and again and again and again. Like there was no part of it where it was going to click for you. Like the one game you win or two, Mbappe don't score hat trick. You
Hmm.
don't win. Cool.
Yeah.
But those teams that have their quality is not the drop off in quality is not that enormous. They will dance with you. And that's what I think Alonso was brought in to build. Unfortunately, the Galactico culture in Madrid
It's
is
strong. Player
something
power.
serious.
The player power
Is
is next level.
the same. It's also funny enough, right? To a very lesser extent, it actually applies to Manchester United, right?
Yeah,
How it
same
seems,
issues. They're brothers in arms.
yeah, like it just seems like they are not ready to like. Maybe they are with Amorim, but
No, Man U has the intention to, but Madrid is still winning, so I don't think it has touched them like that.
yeah,
So
it hasn't touched them like that. But the way football is, and the reason why it hasn't touched them like that because they got ahead of the curve by buying young talent instead of
yeah.
buying current talent. Although they still do buy current talents like with Mbappe, but they use the pool of Madrid as
Hmm.
opposed to like 100 million now go and buy Ronaldo or something like that. They go ahead of the curve and they buy young talents and they groom those young talents and those young talents become world class, which is something Chelsea is also doing. But sometimes you watch Manchester United and you know that you ask, are you ready to go through what Arsenal went through with Arteta? Are you ready to like suffer, like really, really suffer and be mocked and be like ridiculed, right? While holding on to the dream that you are building something like for later, right? Are
Hmm.
you ready to go through that? And the way they talk about it, we are Manchester United. We are this. Madrid can say we are still Real Madrid because they are still winning. But you can't be that anymore. Like, we are
Yeah.
Arsenal. We are not supposed to be, but you are. And
Yeah.
when you swallow,
Times catch
the
up with
first step is when you swallow that thing, you swallow it and understand the state that you have fallen to, then you can now finally like relax and start
yeah.
building properly. Like, it
Sometimes you need to
always feels
fall.
like, sorry, what? Go
And
ahead.
sometimes you need to actually fall and touch grass to actually understand, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I need
touch grass and
to
understand that you are losing to Grimsby. Touch grass and understand that you finished 12th Chelsea Football Club, like or Man U, you finished 15th. Like touch grass, like and understand, like this is terrible. Like there's no iteration of any manager that has come that has finished 15th. There's no iteration of any time that your club was bad that you're finishing outside the top 10. That is criminal. Like, that is illegal. Like, Klopp, even Klopp did not carry Liverpool to 10th. Like, this is criminal, and you have to swallow your pride that, listen, maybe what worked then is not working now. How do we get ahead of it? Madrid got ahead of it quickly. That's why they are still Madrid. They saw it, they started buying these stars, 80 million, 70 million, 50 million, and how they will buy them young, groom them in the Madrid way. Bellingham, Vini, Valverde, Rodrigo, they will buy them young, groom them in the quote unquote Madrid way. Even now, they are still doing it with Hoyson. Like, if Hoyson becomes successful and becomes one of the best defenders in the world, you will not remember how much they bought him from Bournemouth. You won't remember. Like, you will not remember. So that's why Madrid is still working for them. And as long as it works, who am I, a
yeah.
random
I
guy in
think they've
Atlanta, Georgia, to come and say you're wrong?
I think they've set up themselves to still keep being the goal, the dream for the very, very, very best players to want to go to at the end of the
Of
day.
course, of
There was a
course.
point Man U used to be that for England. I don't really know.
For English players, they
Yeah,
did it when people did not have money. Now we have money. They can
exactly.
fuck
So
off.
everyone has money. Everyone has scouting systems. Everybody like money is in in the Premier League. It's not the same as La Liga where they are. It's just Barcelona they are fighting with. Also, I don't know how they managed. It's historical monopolizing the Champions League where they won 10 before people realized that Champions League existed.
Yeah, they did it and they set themselves up well.
Yeah.
Now they have to like be sure where they are going, right?
Hmm.
Because if I think Alonso is a good choice. I wonder whether or not they will find a happy medium between tactical positional play, like
Yeah,
positional football, and the
and
Galactico
quality.
culture. Yeah, I don't know whether or not they'll be able to find that medium. I hope they can for their sake.
I don't really
But
like them, so they'll be all right. I hope not. I hope they don't.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
We don't need more competitors for the Champions League. So La Liga can keep struggling. Now that benefits Premier League folks because if we don't want a fully functioning Madrid. If not, we're in trouble.
Me, I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't fear anybody. They will come.
So,
They can come and chop their chicken.
except
I
Leeds,
fear no man. I
except
was raised. I was raised in West London. I fear no man.
except Elland Road and Leeds.
Ewo. Ewo.
Well, see, I beg, me, we fear people. As now, let's win our first Champions League, then we can start talking. So,
Fair, 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 fair.
well,
How
anyway,
you
but
doing, Roger?
Roger, what's up?
Man, I keep joining late. I had work late, man.
That's cool. See, we're almost rounding up, though. Do you have any thoughts? Any
Besides, Arsenal is the best team in the world right now. What else can I say?
fair play?
What
I guess.
else
Oh,
can I say?
brother. Oh, brother.
I know what
Oh,
I was doing.
brother. Oh, brother.
Sam, I knew what I was doing. And it worked. And it worked. It
See,
worked. You bit.
Roger,
You
are
bit.
you scared of Villa? Aston Villa against
Am I
Saturday.
scared?
Are you worried? No,
Mm,
maybe not scared. We're not
Am
scared
I
of Villa.
worried? No, yeah, you see, I'm sounding very confident right now, but am I worried? No, no. If Saliba is back, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But um, I I don't know. I just don't see how any team can beat us.
I love that.
I actually don't. Chelsea, you guys, we didn't have our starting center backs. The attack builds from the back. The attack builds from the back. If we have Saliba and Gabriel, that game is so
Very
different. You guys
true.
won't even talk. I say that with my heart.
I beg you, man. Don't get less than 3 points
Reece
this
James
weekend,
would not
Roger.
have nothing. I do rate him though. I do rate him. Um,
I don't think anybody would watch that game and not rate him. Even not lie.
that's fair. Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
like, don't rate him. He was the man of the match. I don't
He
I
was
don't know whether
good. He was good. But wait. If Reese is first, who's second then for you?
as a
Right
right
back.
back,
Right back.
Timber or Mano.
Okay. I knew there was something about you I liked. I can take that.
No,
I,
Arsenal are not first without merit. Though. Like that's not they're
yeah.
not first
Okay.
without merit.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
some of the conversation just goes out of
No,
hand.
no. The only thing I said about Reece James was the fact that he hasn't been consistently on the pitch in the last 2 years. Otherwise, he's number one in my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's my only take. It's just his injury record. I wouldn't take him right now solely because I'm scared he'll get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
like Timber. I feel like he reminds me of like when Aspilicueta first came to Chelsea, like especially
interesting.
where you couldn't just beat him in a one on one. And I
Mm.
think Timber has like a lot of that. So I
You
understand
know
the
what I
hype.
would
I
say?
understand.
You know who Rich James reminds me of? Do you guys remember Tom Huddleston for Fulham?
Why from Tottenham back then?
And
Why?
for Fulham,
Because of
for
his
like
technique.
in the midfield, yeah, the passing where he sprays the ball around.
You
Yeah.
said Timber reminds you of Huddlestone or who?
No,
No,
Rich
Rich James. Rich
James
James.
in
Uh,
midfield.
that is such a comparison.
Bro, no, I'm not even joking. Like that, like the way he was passing the ball, like from that midfield, that
That's
diagonal
Premier
energy and
League. Premier
everything,
League. Barclays heritage knowledge. I like that.
bro. That's
Was
I don't see
Huddlestone
it,
at
but I
Hull City
understand
as
it.
well, or am I crazy?
he went to a lot of clubs, but I was thinking Fulham specifically. I know he was at Tottenham as well. So
Oh, okay.
No, his best years were at Tottenham. Then he was at Hull City.
So
he
he
was
was at Hull. Yeah.
He was at Hull City. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him a bit. My gosh. But no, man, I'm feeling good for the weekend. Is this Saturday?
I think so.
Is
And
away. Is it at
yeah,
Villa Park?
Chelsea. Who's Chelsea
Yep.
playing?
Bournemouth.
Hey,
Ooh, that should be interesting because Bournemouth have not been informed.
they need to play well.
They need
Both
a
need
good
to perform.
game.
They both need good, like a good games.
You Wow. Okay, and
Heavy.
the Bournemouth game is away too. Our Villa game is at Villa Park.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a position
That's
to,
what worries me.
yeah.
I think you guys might lose that game. I
Lose.
think, yeah, I think you guys might lose that game. I
Quickly, we've not really
isn't
felt
Villa the ones
well.
that usually give you guys headaches during
Yeah, yeah,
title
yeah,
Yes.
races?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I
Yes.
Even
And
think
that's
West
why
Ham,
I'm worried.
West Ham and Villa, both of those purple jerseys. So
no West Ham this year.
no,
There's
they're
no version
terrible.
of West Ham that's taking points off you right now.
They're terrible now.
But
But historically, those two
I
teams,
think Villa is.
they're very
I think
annoying.
Chelsea draw their game too. I think Chelsea are going to draw points again.
I mean, I know Arteta broke his Villa course last season, finally beating Emery away from home. So, but that's like one out of like three, four. They've beaten us many times in that.
I still, we have to have confidence. I don't know.
You know,
Our
I
attack
will
is
go
coming
for
back. I think we'll
You're
be
not with
fine.
your starting centre backs though. Why
That's
are
the
you so
thing.
confident? I'm so confused.
I'm
You are
not
not.
confident if Saliba is out, which I'm probably
Saliba,
the way Arteta rotates, he'll probably also be out.
I might not play him against
I
Villa.
don't think he's going to play. I think he won't. I
Timber.
don't think he's playing Saliba and Gabriel again. And
Wait,
Mosquera
wait,
is out.
wait. And then Mosquera.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so hyped.
It was interesting that Timber went into center back
Yeah,
instead of
Mosquera injured.
White going into center back and then Timber going to right back.
I think Timber
I
is a
think
better center back.
because Timber has played more recently at right centre
Yeah,
back for the Netherlands. White
That's
hasn't played.
okay. I wasn't aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah, White hasn't
Okay.
played centre back in years, man.
when we
And
bought
See,
Timber,
I
actually,
mean,
it's been years.
I was under the impression that it was to like for
A
Saliba to
cover at
cover.
center back.
Yeah, so I was actually surprised to see him like
I mean,
consistently.
that's what I thought White was gonna be, man. I never
True,
saw White going
true,
into this right back
true,
position.
true,
I
true.
still like him. I also highly rate him as a center back when he's in form as a center back. He's mobile.
He is.
Yeah.
His passing is not bad, but anyway,
Shy.
it will be a nice game. I hope we win. If we win, my confidence level.
Will be even more because the next game I just checked is Wolves, and then I think we play Everton, and then
oh my
Brighton.
God,
Yeah,
7 points.
It
Like
would
yeah.
getting
be
We,
7 points
good.
from winning that match.
we're about to play some easy teams after
That's
Villa.
why I would love to get over this Villa hump.
Yeah.
Ooh, it would be even better than Chelsea, actually.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. The same way I feel. I feel very like.
This man is trying to bait me.
It's the same type of feeling going into this game. I concur.
Yeah, I'm not really that confident. 'Cause the way
In
Arsenal fans are
fact,
like,
I think
okay,
I'm even more nervous.
I'm just as nervous. I was nervous for Chelsea. I can't lie.
I'm just trying to piss some people off,
I know
man.
this man is trying to cook me. I'm staying silent. You won't catch me. You've caught me once already.
Uh, nah, we'll see though. It'll be a good weekend.
City's playing Sunderland. I'm definitely keeping an eye on that one. Even though I know
That should be an interesting game too.
Sunderland's strength is in their home, but still, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I want to see if City win that one. I would. I've not been serious about this club, City, man. I just haven't seen Pep yet. Like I've just not. I don't know why. I'm probably the only person not rating him this season. But I'm maybe because I'm waiting for a statement win, and I know they beat Liverpool and dismantled them, but I don't. Liverpool have been off
Everyone
form.
beats Liverpool now, man.
Yeah, so I don't know. I
Except
haven't
us.
just seen
I don't think I rate them. How do you concede 4
No,
against
wait.
against
See,
Fulham.
against Fulham after
I'll
being
raise
up 5-1?
my
I'm
hands
not
up.
too
And
sure.
then they almost drew the game too.
Yeah, last that clearance last minute.
Yeah,
The
last week's clearance. I'm
Vardio
like,
clearance. Imagine if Fulham had tied that game. The conversations around City and Pep actually would be interesting. I think there
I
would
needed
be
that.
a bit more of a conversation had they tied the game about Pep.
Yeah.
Because
Pep
that's
has,
game management. That's game management.
Pep has
You
the
go up 5-1, there would have been questions. Nothing would have happened, but the conversation would have been had more. 5-1 lead is crazy to lose for
yeah,
any manager.
that's crazy. Even if it was a draw, there would have been questions like
I mean we
serious.
did do that, yeah. 4-0 Newcastle.
That was years
That's
ago.
different. And was that not Arsene Wenger? He was always
That's
in
years
every
ago now.
conversation, bro.
Wait, but I mean I asked Aka this question, like, do you guys remember the last 5-5 result? Actually I looked it up, the only 5-5 result in Premier League history.
In Premier League history?
The
Was it
only
in
Five
modern
five
five.
football?
I mean, to my knowledge, the Premier League modern football, I guess.
Was
Five
it
five.
was
Yeah,
it in
crazy game.
modern
It's
Prem
proper.
How come
Yeah,
this
football?
one wasn't 5-5? It was 4-4.
it was 4-4. But which one is the only 5-5 one? It's modern football. We all probably watched it. Crazy game, monumental game,
Give me
historic
okay. Give us
game.
give me hints.
2013.
2013, 5-5.
Was it
Yeah,
Tottenham involved?
no,
Was it Leeds? No, I'm sorry. Was it no 5-5? 5-5.
Was Liverpool
Was
involved?
it 2013?
no.
The only 5-5 game in modern history.
Yes, and bro, this game was
2013.
before. Besides the results, it's a
Everton
historic
Manu.
game. You're very, very close. Not about to Man U. It's
Which
Man U.
one? Which team?
Man U's involved. It's Man U. Kagawa scored the
Mm.
first goal. Man U West Brom. Alex Ferguson's last game as a manager.
Oh, the
I
Newcastle
remember this
game.
slightly,
The Newcastle
slight
game. I
memory. So I
remember.
remember it. Yeah, I just remember it
Yeah, I
being his
remember. I
last game
just
and it
completely
being
blanked. I
crazy.
watched that game actually.
Yeah,
I
but
remember it.
when I was watching that Man City match, I was like, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, bro, I can't remember that many 5-5 results. So I was like, I didn't believe this could come back just because of that. I was like, bro, because it's rare. 5-5 is
That's
actually
true.
rare.
And even then, I don't think United probably weren't 5-1 up and then drew
No, they
five
won the
five.
league that year.
Yeah, they did. They
Oh,
won
that's
the
part of why that game didn't stick. I think it was like, oh, even though they
Yeah, it
drew
was
five
just
five, they won the
yeah.
league.
I was
So good
happy
for
because
them.
it ruined his last day for going.
I think
I
that's why I
always
was
like
happy too.
when they do like there are a
Babylon.
couple of games that United were doing ceremony
I'm
games and they
pretty
lost.
sure didn't Chelsea beat Arsenal 6-0 on Wenger's 1,000th game?
Bro, that game.
Yeah.
Oh my
That game depressed
beautiful
me.
games.
That game depressed me. I'm not gonna lie, because last week I was just trying to recap all the last few or the famous Arsenal Chelsea games, and I
Bro, I
was
remember that
watching the
the
highlights to
Chamberlain,
that. I felt the pain, man.
the
Don't
Chamberlain,
worry, you
and
did 5-0, no? You should be happy.
yeah,
You
we
did
did 5-0
5-0.
Chelsea now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you'll never get that six.
Just
I remember
wait, just wait.
that 6 something game. Is that Chamberlain and Gibbs red card? That was the funniest part of that game.
That was casual racism because the
I
man got
swear.
enrolled. Casual
Actually, though,
racism.
that was
Yeah.
crazy. Imagine that happened today with the media today.
Ah,
Oh my God, he would
bro,
have been
Now
clowned for
VAR
weeks.
would have
I
VAR would have.
honestly think at the time it was swept under too quickly.
even if VAR intervenes, the social media discourse around it will be crazy.
Would have been crazy. Oh
But
my
anyway,
gosh. All right, let's stop now.
I think that should be all though.
All right, for
It
sure.
was a fun convo, guys.
Yeah, it was a fun
See you
convo. I
guys.
wish I joined earlier to have that just
You wish
discourse.
you joined earlier?
Because I didn't get to sit down and say my piece on
Ah,
Chelsea and their rubbish. But I think Akan and Chidalo had that conversation, so I'll let
Yeah.
it go.
yeah, for sure. All right. I'll
All
see you
right,
guys.
guys.
Have a good one.
All right,
All
peace.
right, you too.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, guys. Was a nice conversation. Make sure you guys like, add your comments, subscribe, and remember to turn on your notifications. All right. Bye bye.
Come on.